All right, ladies, you are live.
Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. I cannot be more excited to have Carrie Larson and Jacalyn Wallin on the show today. They are from Laughlin Chamber, but so much more. There's some changes happening. You're outgoing, you're incoming. So I'm excited for them to be able to share your story and kind of really give us the who you are and why. And I mean, there's a lot of whys to everything.
There is.
Let's start with you.
Oh,
friend.
no.
Outgoing. What, 36 years of service in Laughlin? Like, wowza.
I know. It's kind of when I look back, when I first started here 36 years ago, my children were in school. Hey, now they're 46 and 40. So
That's a long time,
They're
friend.
local kids, right?
Yeah.
So they have all gone up and still come home to their beloved tri-state area. But 28 years in the casino industry or resort industry, and then I decided to not work 24/7, 365 anymore. And as president of the Laughlin Chamber, my predecessor passed away. So I had to pick up the pieces. And when I started picking up the pieces, I realized that I needed to do something for the chamber that was more important than just being the president of the board, and started working at finding a replacement. But I couldn't find a replacement that loved Laughlin as much as I did. So I went to the board and I said, I need this job and I need to bring the chamber up to a new level. And it happened. And so now, since 2016, I have been taking care of the Laughlin Chamber. And in 2018, I took over Laughlin Tourism Commission. So
Two very big jobs.
it kind of was. In the beginning, it sounded like a good thing, but after I took over Laughlin Tourism, it became a lot of mental and physical stress for me, hence why I am semi-retiring and handing over the gauntlet for Chamber to Miss Carrie Larson, and I'm going to be my full-time person, which is semi-retired, at the Laughlin Tourism Commission. And for those of you that don't know, Laughlin Tourism Commission's different. Chamber has 18 board members. Laughlin Tourism has a GM from every one of the 8 resorts that are members of Laughlin Tourism.
Wow.
The governing board is made up of GMs that manage resort-defined properties in Laughlin within 20 miles of the casino corridor. So all the GMs are kind of my bosses right now, and they've always been. But Laughlin Tourism brings you your rockets over the river. It brings you the bass tournament, the air show, and 5 of the A-Act events that are at Laughlin Event Center. So that's what I'm going to be doing primarily. But right now I'm in air show
mode.
Whoa, all the way. Yes. So it's everything from, gaining all your volunteers and doing volunteer management, building the budget for it, getting your acts, making sure that this year we can include a STEM zone for our families to visit with NASA, SpaceX, private and commercial airline piloting information. We're going to have Emery Riddle here. We have a bunch of air traffic controllers that are going to come talk to the children and the families so they get to see
Goosebumps. Well, you know why? I think we have a small town, so we may have students out there that don't even realize the opportunities in this air world.
Right.
You know?
Aviation and aerospace is one of those trades that our children don't get to experience where you would in a metropolitan area where there's a large airport and there's aviation education.
Right.
We don't have that. And so here's a way to introduce them to that trade and then let them learn that they can be everything from an administrator in the building all the way up to a mechanic or actually fly a plane or direct them in any way. And you can't forget the military opportunities that there are for education and for investment in your future. So the STEM program is really, really important to us.
It's very exciting. Miss Carrie, let's hear a little bit about who you are.
Well, I've been in the tri-state area for the last 20 years consistently. I moved here originally in Thanksgiving of 1998 with my family. They were a local home builder over in Laughlin. And at that time, I was fresh out of college, so I decided maybe I want to spend some time in the big city.
I want to run. Huh?
Yes. So I went out, worked for some big corporations, and came back in 2003. And I've been working closely with my mom and my dad, building probably about 250 homes for local residents
Wow.
over the last 20 years.
Very cool.
Yes, that journey was coming to an end, and I had some advance notice, so I really took time to examine what I've loved doing. You know, I always say I have never had a job, and I didn't want a job.
Yeah.
I wanted to take everything that I loved to do and find a new path in life. And it just so happened that Jackie was retiring. So here we are. And I decided to put in for the position of executive director of the Laughlin Chamber. And I got the job.
Well, I'm sure it took a load off of you, because finding someone to replace somebody who loves the community, it can be challenging. But you love the community. You've been
Yes.
here. You've already been doing it. You're not born and raised, but you're raised up in here. The
Right.
love for the community is something you can't give somebody. You already have it.
Yes, exactly. The saying over in Laughlin is, if you've lived here 7 years, you're from here.
Yeah.
So I'm more than from here now.
How exciting.
Yes.
What a great thing. How has it been kind of transitioning into your new space and really...
For me, it's been hard to let go,
Oh, I
but
bet.
it's also been exciting at the same time. Having somebody understand the passion that I have, because
Yeah.
sometimes my passion gets a little crazy, as you know.
For sure. If you know Jackie, it's
Yeah.
a little wild.
Just a little.
So for when you don't want to overwhelm them. So
Yeah.
we were talking about the small print and the large print, getting her to not come in too excited and look at the large print first. Get to know her environment and her audience and her staff. And it's not hard to learn chamber. What's hard
It's a
in chamber
lot.
is to be the right person.
Yeah, and you are. I
Thank
mean,
you.
when it was announced, you just kind of looked at you and, known some of your history, and you're just like, this makes perfect sense.
Oh, thank you so
Makes
much.
perfect sense. And what a relief to be able to, again, know that somebody already knows the community and loves the tri-state area and is already vested and can then jump into all the things that...
And logistically, it worked out. I moved in the back. She took over the Laughlin Chamber's office. I move in the back so I can work from home or from the office, depending on what kind of event I'm working on.
Oh, so you'll still be in the office.
Yes, so
with
she
your
gets to
tourism.
still ask me questions.
Yes.
This is great.
Yes. And it's a great thing that it's hard for her to let go, because I don't have any plans to make any drastic changes to the chamber. The chamber functions fantastic just as it is. So we're going to keep all of those signature events, the CAA, the Food Fest, the
fun
Connie
things.
Davis 5K that's coming up on Saturday, March 2nd.
I know that's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So I've been getting to prepare for that one. That's my first big one.
That is a big one.
So while she's working on the 5K,
Da-da-da-da.
dun, dun,
Dun,
dun,
dun,
dun, I'm working on the
All in.
Don't get excited, people.
dun, 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 dun.
It's about the air show.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
That's last year's shirt.
Yes.
This year's shirt is being designed right now. Can't wait for you to see it. It was one of the best acts we had last year, and we're putting it in a graphic image on the back of the new shirt for 2024. I can't wait.
This is exciting.
Jeff,
I think my mic went out, did it?
I did.
Crazy.
There it goes. So you need to know that the after party is going to be in Community Park.
Oh, I love community. Oh, sorry, guys. Love community
At the
park.
Bell.
Sorry, guys.
At the Bell, the Bullhead City is looking into some laser shows.
Fun.
And maybe some drone shows
drone
at
shows,
night.
huh?
Yeah.
Those are cool.
So those are the kind of things we're looking at right now for the after
And
party.
that's April
6th.
6th. So mark your calendars, get your kids involved. Us as adults will be blown away, but really getting the kids to see something that we don't always see,
The new website goes live on Monday, so everything you ever wanted to know about the Laughlin Bullhead Air Show is going to be on there. And you didn't know that at the end of 2023, the Laughlin Bullhead Air Show became its own foundation, 501c3.
Very cool. That's exciting. Well, you started this crazy mission, and it ain't going nowhere now.
no.
We're in.
So, Kellen from the airport, the assistant director, is the president. I'm the vice president. Then we have 3 from the city of Bullhead City, who are our partners, of course,
Very
all the
cool.
way around with expenses and assignments.
Oh, I can
so-
only imagine.
It's crazy.
Just putting on a party is exhausting. I can't imagine an air show.
Right.
And so many moving pieces to that.
And last year we had 11,000 people on deck. and another $2,000 off deck by cell phone records and by credit card use. We knew where people were sitting when they were watching the air show.
Wow.
13,000 people.
Carrie, it's pretty exciting. We were talking about the volunteer people from Laughlin Chamber. And, when you think of volunteer, you just think of people who, maybe they're bored, they want to just help out. But that is not the case with your volunteers.
No, our volunteers are very invested in the health and welfare of the community in the tri-state.
I just learned about this. I'm so excited for you to share this.
It's really amazing. So everything that they do, every event that they volunteer at, any tips or money that they make for it actually gets invested back into the community. So last week, I was able to watch them give away $10,000 to local nonprofits, and that was just an amazing event to experience.
It's just this other piece of puzzle to the Laughlin Chamber. That is how amazing your guys' group is, that people want to volunteer it. It is something that they're giving, and then the money that's raised from that, they are able to
Yes.
And over the last 8 years, they've given away $98,500.
Can you believe that?
Wow.
No,
I couldn't either. I mean,
look, I got goosebumps again.
They just give it away.
gosh.
And of course, they address all the things that we know are needed all the time: our veterans, pets, our elderly, students, art programs, athletics. They give it all away. People apply, the 501c3s apply, and then they go into a committee and decide which ones are most deserving, and we know we'll put it to good use.
Yep.
right.
And then we have a party and we give it away.
And that was a fun party.
It was.
That was a really fun party. We were very generously had our food sponsored by Porta Subs locally here in
Nice.
town. So that was a wonderful thing. They're very invested in the chamber and our volunteer VIPs. So I was really excited to meet with them.
Very
And I have over 100 people that are, signed up that I get to help the community. It's really a neat experience.
Man, one thing I love most about this community is that we show up for each other. And we, when you're very involved, and you get to see all these underlying things. But that's one of those key pieces to this puzzle that not everybody knows. And there's so many things like that.
Well, yeah, even in my professional business or my role, it was important for me that if our fundraising events that we have through Chamber, the majority of the money goes to River Fund. What better way to know if the River Fund's spending the money right by attending and being on the executive board of directors?
Right.
So that's what I did.
Well, you're a woman of action.
And
That's
then
why.
to get our airport to get moving and get some scheduled air service and make sure that everything's fun, you had to get on the Mojave County Airport Authority's board of directors.
Here's another board. Here's another board. Here's another
And then,
board.
because we didn't have any social organizations or service organizations in Laughlin, I jumped onto Rotary. It's the only service organization in the town of Laughlin. And so we do a lot for our students and our residents on that side, especially our Heavenly Beds program, making sure that children have beds because they have to eat and they have to sleep to get to learn well.
Right.
I can only imagine the heavy load that comes with all of that. And what I think that we're going to see with Carrie taking over her side of it is that it alleviates the space and the stress from holding every key to every puzzle. And having both of you guys still really there and really working and uniting together in all of these aspects.
Well, and I had to admit to her in the very beginning that running both organizations, things did not happen the way that they should in some cases. I
right.
wasn't able to completely fulfill my dream in each one of those events or projects
'Cause you had
or
so
part of our
many.
mission. I just had to keep going and keep both of them operational, make sure that they were current and valid and that they kept a good reputation. So then now I get to do more about that, and I get to celebrate the amount of time that I've been there and working with everybody between back of the house and the resorts and now front of the house for our nonprofits.
Talking about celebrating you. Hey, Jeff, I feel like we have a video
We do.
that just went into Washington
Yes.
about
DC.
our Jackie Wallin.
Yeah, so this is Congresswoman Susie Lee, and she has a little word for you.
And Jackie didn't know this till
Yeah.
Carrie showed her this
Just
morning.
today. She learned that just today. So we're going to go ahead and show that video.
I rise today to recognize Jacalyn Wallin, a beloved figure in Laughlin, Nevada, and the architect of so much success across our community. Jackie is retiring her position as the president and CEO of the Laughlin Chamber of Commerce after dedicating 36 years of service to Southern Nevada and the tri-state area. She has been instrumental in promoting small businesses, tourism, and philanthropic work for families, veterans, and seniors across the community. Just last week, I had the pleasure of meeting with Jackie during a roundtable conversation with the Chamber. We discussed issues that face small local businesses and how I can better help them here in Washington. We're working together to make sure that life is more affordable and to cut through red tape, but notably I got to see Jackie's work in action. Not only her persistence in fighting for the interests of her community, but also the genuine care and charisma she brings to every interaction. Throughout the day, I had the pleasure of touring the beautiful riverfront and downtown area in Laughlin, where I witnessed the incredible community development that would not have been possible without Jackie's decades of hard work. I wish Jackie the best of luck as she moves on from leading the chamber. Laughlin's a tight-knit community that looks out for one another, and rest assured, Jackie will never stop looking out for her neighbors no matter where she is, and I expect to see her riding a motorcycle in the future. Thank you, Jackie, for all that you've done for our community. Laughlin and all of Southern Nevada are better off because of you.
Wow.
I know, I was so
That's huge.
surprised. I just saw it 15 minutes ago and I go, what the heck?
That is huge.
Well, I know, and I thought that I went to Clark County's Board of County Commissioners on December 19th, and they honored me with a proclamation and said that December 19th was Jacalyn Wallin Day.
Jackie has her own day.
Nice.
This is serious.
And I thought it was going to end there. And then it goes to Washington, D.C. Oh, my
Surprise.
gosh. Oops.
Carrie, how are you going to follow up on this one?
Oh, my gosh.
My goodness.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I did come out of some grassroots political side, so I think I may even be a little more excited for her than she is herself.
I think she was shocked. You showed it to her, and we were all watching, like, in awe. And what?
Yeah.
I mean, wowza.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so honored to be recognized anyways, because I don't do it for the recognition. I do it because
You're
it
probably
just-
more uncomfortable in the recognition.
It makes me feel really good. You know, River Fund just makes me feel amazing. And Mojave County Airport Authority, working on scheduled service in the future and documenting history and making sure that we have the right staff and the right
You're going to make me cry. I don't even know. I can't even.
Don't cry.
And
Then I have to get the tissue.
and new services, like when F1 was here in Las Vegas, we had almost 80 aircraft divert or choose us instead of Las Vegas based on our value and our accommodations and amenities, right? And now Super Bowl, they're coming and they're going to stay at our airport.
Yeah, overflow parking.
Yes, it's amazing. And we only charge them $1,000 to land and tie up, where they will charge them $7,500 in Las Vegas. So we,
Thousand. Yeah. 75,000.
75,000.
Yeah.
Holy heck.
Right.
So the whole idea is that we can introduce our tri-state area to people who fly, especially private planes, when they want to go for that $100 hamburger, you know?
Yeah.
Now they can come here and stay and get to learn the variety and the diverse education, recreation, and entertainment that we have here. I'm so excited.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's a great way to move into that,
Yes.
to introduce people and
Well,
using
and
our
here's
airport.
here's the thing about it. You know, Laughlin Chamber. So your head kind of goes here. Bullhead Chamber, your head goes here. But the truth of the matter is with this tri-state area, everyone works so intertwined. And that's really, I think, where the success comes, because you truly don't stand alone, whether you're in either chamber.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. The chamber is not built for tourism, but we do it because that's one of our major revenue sources.
Okay, yeah.
And one of our biggest assets is our river and our beautiful mountains and paths. You know, we all go off-roading and we all water ski and jet ski and ride motorcycles through our beautiful roads. So at that point, you realize that what isn't there to do here?
Yeah. what seems so small is actually so big.
Right, because we have children's athletics, we have all these teams. Tournication was the word that came out last year. It's tournaments for families, and they make it into a vacation while they're here.
Oh, yeah.
So they come here to bring their children for sports, well, even seniors on the baseball leagues and the senior games, those kind of things.
There's a lot of them in town.
Yeah, and
you
they
just
come,
don't realize
they
it.
come and stay, but what are they going to do when they're not competing? They need to
Yeah.
go on a tour, they need to go fishing, they need to ride a side-by-side. Those are the kind of things that turning a tournament into a vacation really works for families because the value is included.
Yes, and affordable. Let's be honest.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she is learning right now how much we're involved in that's not really chamber.
Yeah.
But with the 3 C's that she's learning, we realize that we're not just business support. We are
Yeah.
a visitor center now, and
Right.
now we give people the opportunity to see what they might not have known was here.
Yeah.
And our volunteers are doing that just like they were doing the airport.
I do feel like in the past we kind of wanted to keep it all a secret, and now we're kind of just like Supermaning our shirt. Like, we are here. This is an amazing area. This is, family unite. Really, there's so many things because I think, a lot of times we're associated with the gambling world, which that is a big piece of us. But there's so much to do family wise as well.
It's
and
a
we really
resort world.
changed our
I'm
resort.
going to change you. It's not a casino, it's a resort because each resort is a little city. So you take us to our favorite thing that we want to do together, and that's workforce development. And one of the programs we built was building the executives of tomorrow through education and resorts. It's called the Better Program. And we want to take the students around here and show them that if they can't afford to go to school, college, they don't want to because they have responsibilities with their family, or they just don't want to leave home and take on the expenses alone, then they can go into a resort, because when you go into a resort, you have everything from plumbing to planting flowers to being a dealer to doing costuming. That's what they call it in the resorts. Parking cars, painting,
So many
carpentry.
employment opportunities.
There's so much there, human resources and administration and accounting.
Yeah.
So they need to be able to take tours and realize what's in those resorts
Yeah.
that can benefit them. And then the
Such a
resorts,
bigger
if they have
picture.
that little sparkle in their eye, then they'll invest to them, and then they can watch them grow. And then they grow their own and give them a hope for a trade in their hometown.
Right. Very
Love it.
important.
We both are into the
Love it.
workforce development for our students.
Absolutely. But also for our existing adults that are in the community too. The Chamber puts out a weekly newsletter of jobs and positions that are available for our members. And so
wonderful.
I want everybody to get out, smash that like button on the Laughlin Chamber's Facebook
Yes.
page, because we're posting it there. Laughlin Buzz has been kind enough to go ahead and let us share that to the community, and people can find work. One of the biggest problems throughout the COVID time was a lack of employees. So we
Yes.
want to get out there and share all those positions that are available for our community members to take advantage of and earn a living from.
Well, and the nice thing about it is, sometimes we get set in our little older ways, but there's so many opportunities if you're just willing to look.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then employment email comes out every Tuesday.
It
So
does.
much information. If you are not on the pages for Chamber, you're missing out, because you get a whole calendar of everything that happens in town. And I often hear people say, "Oh, I have nothing to do." And I'm like, "What do you mean? You should check out the calendars. There's
Yes.
always so much to do."
Yes, that's where you find all that information. It's on the
Yes.
Laughlin Chamber Facebook page. It's posted. We have our weekly newsletter that goes out with all of our member businesses information on Wednesdays. And so
If we're
that's
not a member,
fantastic.
how do we become a member?
You call 702
298-2214, and you can speak to Claudia or Michelle or anybody at
They're
the
so
chamber.
amazing.
They'll get you set up. We have individual members, we have business members, and then obviously we have our supporters, which are the casinos. So they are also the resorts. They are also my boss, because they sit on our board as well. But we have an amazingly diverse group of people that are involved in the chamber and helping the community that way.
So you have to understand what she just said. We have members that pay a regular membership fee, but then we have a whole other side with permanent seats that are resorts. Those resorts have a permanent seat, can never be voted out. And the reason, the why of that is because they founded us. They
Gotcha.
invested all the money because they wanted our chamber to help them build the safety net for those less fortunate in our community.
Which
and it might
you've
be
done.
employees of their own resorts, but they need a little help, especially full working families, those kind of things.
Yeah.
So they pay a lot more to keep us open. And then Don Laughlin gave us our building.
Oh, Dawn.
Oh, Don.
Yes.
Cheers to Dawn.
Cheers
Yeah.
to Don.
But that's also why you see so many of our Laughlin activities and events are geared towards fundraising for community nonprofits, because that is part of our mission, is to be that support net for the community in times of need. I mean, we all know the economy goes up and the economy goes down,
Yeah.
and some people are going to need some help sometime. So that's why we're here. That's why we do the Connie Davis 5K walk and roll, to help support members of the community that have been stricken with cancer and are
Cancer
having
warriors.
some challenges, taking care of themselves
Yeah.
financially. It's a huge burden. So I really encourage everybody to come out Saturday, March 2nd. The walk and roll starts at 9 a.m. You can call the chamber and sign up. It is only $30. You can get together a team and all walk together. There will be prizes. There's going to be exhibitor booths from different businesses showing off what they can do and how they're supporting the Connie Davis walk and roll. So I'm very excited to see this event.
The one thing that I think that if you don't know, that you should know, when you're out supporting these events, that money goes directly back into our community.
Right.
Which is super, super important. You guys have built these events really to raise money that goes back into us.
You are correct.
Yeah.
And the money that we raise does actually that, because the breakfast is supported and sponsored by Cinnabons, Kathy Oates. The lunch is supported by the resorts. The resorts build all those picnic lunches for us. And then we have free live music by Billy Kay, who is a cancer survivor.
So amazing.
Then we have, who's the,
Jeff Light,
no,
not photographer.
no. Yeah, it's a photographer.
Okay.
I have to remember now. Firefly.
Oh, yes.
Oh, she's amazing.
I know.
She's there too.
Yeah, she is a cancer survivor, so she always participates. Jeff Light sends up a drone and he takes a picture of the human ribbon. We all get in the shape of a ribbon. And then we walk and we talk and we have a good time and we dance and we have raffles, and it's
a
just
positive event.
a whole. But that's what your $30 gets you. You don't have to bring out any more money when you get there.
Yeah.
It's your $30 pays for all of that experience.
Well, and think about, there's so many families affected by cancer or other diseases. What a great moment to bring grandma, grandpa, sons, aunts, uncles, do it together, really make a fun day of the event.
And
Right.
just like the Anna Circle raising that we did for River Fund, it went into a special account just for the Anna Circle victims. This money
Yeah.
goes right into the general
That's good to
ledger
know.
account for the Cancer Connection, and
Yes.
it covers expenses for cancer warriors they're not otherwise covered by their insurance. How do you do those copays? How do you put gas in your
I
car
was just
to
gonna
get
say.
treatment?
Yeah.
Those are the things that the Cancer Connection pays for, and we raise money at the Cancer Walk to do that.
Don't forget, it's a walk and roll.
It's not a competition.
Don't let
Don't get
5K scare you away.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us out in the community that hear 5K and say, "Oh, that's not for me. I'm not a
Yeah,
walker."
you're right.
You can roll your way right through this event and not even take a single step if you need to. It is really open for everybody to
Love
participate
it.
in, no matter how your mobility occurs.
And we always encourage every year somebody to bring a shut-in, a disabled veteran or an elderly person next to you, and bring them in there. You go for your walk and you set them up with us and the volunteers, and we get to party with them while you guys are strolling.
I love it.
That's the fun part. Get
so
'em out of
many
the house.
different options.
Yeah.
So many different options. Girls, my goodness.
So I'm going to now share. We gave you the March 2nd event. The air show is April 6th on Saturday, and then the duck event for River Fund
yes.
is on April 13th.
That was fun.
Yeah, so we're having
You
it
really
again.
brought in the duck and the boats kind of the same year parade, and then those are
Yes.
great things.
Using our natural resource, our best natural
Can you
resource.
tell us what the ducks do?
Well, this year they're not going to race
What do they do?
because we're fighting against a current that
Yeah.
we don't want to. This is like
It was challenging.
It was very challenging. The end was the most challenging. So we changed it from a derby to a dunk.
Oh.
So we're putting him in community parks, swim area.
Okay.
We're blocking them down with nets with lead pipes at the bottom, and we're putting them in there, and we're taking some celebrities, and we're blacking out their mask and making them wear a snorkel and giving them a little tiny net, and they have to wear their flip-flops, go into the water after we've dumped all of them in there and stirred them all up, and they have to get one duck, and then they get the second duck. And it all goes in bags like normal.
How funny.
Yeah, so the prizes are the same. First prize is cash, second prize is cash, and the last duck they pull will be cash. But all the prizes in between, like gift certificates to Perkins or oil change, or maybe you'll get a whole resort stay for the weekend.
Again,
or
the
concert
community
tickets.
donates these things. So it's the community working together with the community events.
Right, they donate the stuff. We facilitate the event. So all the money goes to really wonderful things and supporting the businesses that donate the gift cards and the prizes. So it's all around just a good thing.
I think this community is fueled on mom and pop shops, on, people who have been loyal and who have, those are the names that you see on the back of the Little League jerseys and those things. And so this is a great time for them to get to be showcased. When they give a gift, that gift is like, oh, hey, I got this gift from, this casino or resort. Sorry.
Exactly.
Or this restaurant. And so it's like this big, huge circle of keeping each other moving and those names in each other's minds.
Yeah, and what's nice is that the Laughlin Tourism Commission is not something that I have to collect money on. So it's not membership based.
Yeah, that's
I don't know that anybody knows how that Laughlin Tourism works.
No.
Chamber
because
is membership.
I think you've always associated it as chamber.
The chamber is membership based, supporters and members, right? Supporters are resorts, members are those who buy in by employee count. LTC is governed by those general managers because their resorts pay bed tax. The bed tax goes to the county, and then a percentage of the bed tax that they paid comes back. Wow. So I get a budget to spend money every year on town-wide events. This is their mission. We sponsor town-wide events that increase occupancy and highlight the allure and tourism of Laughlin.
What a mouthful.
So that's all I
That's
have to
exciting.
do is make sure we sign up the right event that's bringing people in. And this 2 years ago, we started working on anglers and aviation. And look what it's got us. The 43rd U.S. Bass Tournament.
So
Very
cool.
Yeah, it came from Mead and it came to us. And this year, drum roll, our bass tournament is now part of Bass Masters.
That's big.
You forget to say you're on the Water Commission board as well. Is that what it's called?
It's the Water Flow Commission, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this lady, you just
Does it
have
all.
no idea.
So, yeah, our bass tournament now is going to be part of Bass Masters on TV.
That's
and you
huge.
Can,
Yeah, that's
Have
big.
you ever watched a bass angler show like that?
Yes. It's entertaining.
It is. Yeah, they bring up those big fish and then they throw them back. Oh my gosh! I say I want to eat them.
Yeah.
But because it's sport fishing, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of rules.
Just for the weight.
Yeah,
How fun.
there's this thing called fish care. I didn't know anything about
Okay.
until I started doing bass tournaments about how you have to care for the fish when they're out of the water, how you have to maintain their
get them back
their oxygen level and everything until you put them back in the release tank. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy. But that's-
again, it protects the fish. It's, again, a circle of life of us protecting our community in our area.
yes.
But having events that, celebrate
Right.
all of us and what we're doing and bring people to us.
So there's still too much coming out of our office. That one little building produces so much activity
Yes.
and so much fun. And you can imagine the little worms and mice that are running around in there trying to get things done. And those
Yes.
are actually people.
Well, you're all people of action. This is no
Very
joke.
much so.
Yes.
We have a great staff.
Yes.
They do take care of our members and supporters so well and
do. I
supported
love
Jackie, and I'm just so grateful to be in this position now.
Well, again, sign up, call them, find out. When you go into their office, you could put your flyers, you can put your information. They will build a website for you. I mean,
Yes.
it's endless what the chamber actually will do for you if you are a chamber member. So if you have questions, concerns, just call. Just give them a call. The ladies are amazing.
Thank you.
Finley takes one of their But a biggest advantage of one of our services, which is notary service. Finley comes over there all the time when they do out-of-state delivery, and they get it for free.
Yeah, and they're always there.
Oh,
I mean,
They are.
Jackies are always there.
Lots and lots. You
Yes.
guys move some cars.
Yes, you do.
Yes. Listen, we stay loyal to this community, and this community is loyal to us, and we cannot be more thankful.
Yeah.
It does not go unnoticed that we have to be involved to build that relationship with, everyone in our community.
Chrissy, I'm glad you say we. Because you are really, really important in our community, and
Thanks,
you have made a lot of great strides in bringing our community together and including everyone from Rotary to this, and showing up with Christy and just being a wonderful human being. You are so amazing, and you're so
Hey, now you're going to make me cry.
oh, you're,
Here comes a tissue.
you're so approachable, and you are so sensitive, and I know that lies within your true spirit, and that's why I think we love each other so much, because we
Yeah.
always
If you've
have
ever had a hug from Jackie, it'll change your world.
oh gosh.
Yes.
So
No joke.
Yeah.
yeah, it works that we all.
But you know why? It's because it's genuine. And I think there's so many leaders in this town that set the precedence for maybe what I already have in me, but it's so easy to follow, and it's so easy to be a part of, because there's so many amazing people,
Yeah, they're so welcoming, and they set such a great example, right?
Right.
Like, you're just normal people who are, out there being people of action, working hard. And so, the joy that I get from being able to do what Finley allows me to do, and being able to do what I do in the community, is just mind-blowing. And I feel like if you're not involved, you're missing something so great. You are.
There's a plethora of mentorship available in this community from our leaders, and they're so open and willing
Yes.
to share all of their knowledge, and I'm very happy I've got this great mentor here.
Yeah, and I'm not going anywhere. I just don't want to
Thank
do the job
goodness, because
anymore.
I was scared. So don't worry, she's not going anywhere. Things are staying very similar. Of course, things learn. We always are looking to learn, change, and grow, and I think that's what we will see and find. You can stop into the Visitor Center, Chamber Laughlin, at any time and find both the girls. So, okay, I'm okay. Everything's fine now that I know this.
Or you can get rear-ended by a car on your motorcycle, and someone with
Jeff
tights
will
and
save your
cape
life.
comes around over there behind the camera, and
Not
he
me.
films the whole thing. And whoa, he was just right there. I went,
She had an
"Yay!"
accident. Jeff was there. Got to film it, got to save the dog. I mean, it was the whole thing.
It was amazing, but that's why it works. We all just watch out for each other.
Well, guys, I want to thank you for showing up today.
You're welcome.
Thank you for appreciating me. I appreciate you. You know that. I love you. Me and you, Carrie, we're going to have a lot of time together.
Yes, we are.
There's Jeff, the lifesaver. But honestly, truly, thank you for coming today. Thank you for sharing your stories and giving a little piece of yourself to us. It's life-changing when you get to see somebody and hear their why, and then you get to see them out as well. So thank you for taking over the position to give her a little break. And thank you for, loving the community and finding someone who loves the community as well.
And thank you to Social Security.
Thank you to Social Security.
That's funny. Okay.
That's why I got to semi-retire, because I was Social Security.
Got it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Amen. Hey.
All right.
Thank you
All
for
right.
having us.
You're welcome. Hey, guys, shop local, support local, and have a great day.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Christy.
You're welcome.